Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope we're good. I've got a freshly shaved head today. Got it done at the youth centre yesterday, where I work 1 day a week. And I was thinking about work environments. And it's something I've never actually thought about. I've obviously thought about it, like watching The Office and stuff and office life. Like I've thought about it but playing rugby for a living for 12 years sort of wasn't a real working environment. You were just basically treated and acted like kids, and got everything done for you. There was still obviously a team environment, but it didn't really feel like a working environment. And then move over to Australia and it's straight into working on a building site, which is sort of the next level down of immature behaviour, day in, day out, acting like kids. Of course, now there's responsibility to get work done, which does always happen 9 times out of 10. But the actual behaviour, the standard of behaviour on a building site, worldwide, I think, is, pretty, don't know what the word is. I love it. I love some of the stuff that goes on, but it is pretty basic. Simple bits. And I guess both environments are quite harsh. In rugby, if you are not performing, don't get picked in a team, you eventually don't get a contract, you have to get a real job. And if you're not training up to a certain standard, you get rinsed. And in building, doing carpentry, if I don't do a job correctly, my boss is going to say, what the bloody hell is this? What the bloody hell is this? But in an Australian accent. So there is always a responsibility, but it's not a real working environment in my opinion. You can do whatever you want. You can, if you wanted to, you could bully someone. It's not really going to go very far. No one there to complain to. I don't know how you'd even begin to make a complaint to someone on a building site. So fast forward, I'm now doing 1 day a week at a youth centre, doing youth work, which is so enjoyable, so fulfilling. And all of a sudden, people have breaks for downtime. People have a day off because they need one, or because they feel like they need one. People cover for each other. People aren't 100%, so won't do certain duties. And it makes so much sense to me, but that's never been a viable option in any of my working environments. It's always been you must do everything within your capability on the day, every day, otherwise it's not acceptable. This sunlight is not acceptable. So it made me think how, that working environment at the youth centre is so positive, because everyone covers for everyone else, because when they need covering, people step in and do it. So it's a huge thing. And I think with youth work, counselling, psychology, you are going to get that, because people do need to be, you can't look after people unless you've looked after yourself, and that you've got to be in the good headspace to be able to help other people. So that's obviously where that comes from. But it made me think about office environments in general, and how a toxic one, having a dickhead boss that you've got to answer to 8 hours a day, I can really see how that can give people serious mental health issues. it must be horrible. And I've never experienced that, but I also never want to, because let's say 40 hours of your entire week is there. So it's a big deal. And if you've not got a good working environment, or an acceptable working environment, it doesn't have to be the best place in the world where it's like a holiday every day you go and you can't wait to get there, you never want to leave. But if it's not acceptable, and if it's giving you anxiety turning up and other problems, you need to get out of there. Because the other thing I've worked out over the last few years is I have this phobia of like not having work, and my boss saying, "Oh, I've got no work for you." It's like a bit of a phobia of mine. But in Australia, it's really normal to just go a couple of months and just not work and just have a bit of time off and just. I think that's financially, you're sort of more able to do that than in England. But I've still got this phobia, like, oh my God, what if I didn't have any work? But I know that I'd just find other work straight away. I'm an employable person. I'm an actually skilled person. I've got a trade. So I'd be able to get a job, like, very quickly. But I've still got this massive phobia of losing my job. But it gives me this concept that I can never leave what I'm doing to go to something else, because it's like, oh, I can't leave this work, because what if that doesn't work out? And I think, especially in England, where financially it's probably tougher than Australia when you weigh it all up, I think it's really hard to go, do you know what, I'm going to leave this job. It's a bit like a toxic relationship. You can't leave it because you don't know what life's got in store for you when you leave. It's so safe, but even though it's not safe. So I don't really know where I'm going with that, other than if you are in a shitty working environment, get the hell out of there, man. You have to get the hell out. You have to. So yeah, spoke about one of my phobias. I'll also speak about a big flaw in my personality. I've not fully worked it out yet, but I've got this thing where I absolutely hate criticism. Not criticism, the opposite. I hate praise. I really hate praise. Like, right there and then, it's horrible. And I'm like, please don't praise me. Please don't say it's good. And a great example of this is my sister was over recently. And I've been doing quite a lot of art since I got caught doing graffiti. I haven't done any graffiti, like illegal graffiti. And I've been doing it all like on paper at home and card and stuff. I do that a lot. And I've ended up doing like about 10 paintings, which I've really enjoyed. And my sister, I wanted to show her. I was like, oh, I've got some paintings to show you, because she's an artist and she does art therapy. So I wanted to show her. I actually wanted her to see them. But then the minute I got them out, I was like, oh no, like this thing, I'm going to get praise here. Because it's my sister. I know even if they're shit, she's going to go, oh my God, they're so good, they're amazing. And she did. She hit me with loads of praise. And I get so uncomfortable in that moment. Even in team meetings, when we used to have like reviews of our games, if I do something good and the coach would go like, well done here, this is good, I'd be like, oh, almost like I'm more comfortable getting told off. I don't know what that is or why that is, but it's just part of my personality that I probably need to work on, because it ends up, it's sometimes so extreme that I will do things or like not put myself in a situation where I'm going to get praised. I'll do something that's unnoticed because then I don't get praised. I don't know what that is, but you tell me. Anyway, Friday. Let's go with tune of the day. What shall we go with? No one cares, do they? No one cares what I go with. The pressure is not on. for tune of the day. Let's just go Betty Davis Eyes by Bet. Is it Bet someone? Bet Midler? Or is it Kim Barnes? It could be Kim Barnes. Kim Barnes, Betty Davis Eyes. Kim Barnes. We'll work it out. I'll work it out next week. Cheers anyway. Have a good weekend.